Hey, hey, it is week 5 of quarter 2. Time for your YouTube activity. And you're doing this probably during the winter break. I hope you're doing okay. Hope things are good. And I hope that you're playing a little bit of guitar. So, this week we are going to be talking about a guitar player named Krista Slaubaugh. And she's in a band called Tiger Lily. I'm wearing my Tiger Lily shirt because I'm a big fan. I'm even a member of the VIP Tiger Lily club. It's like the Tiger Lily fan club. I'm a big fan. And we're going to be watching a song called Labor of Love. So usually labor of love means like doing some work, doing something for somebody out of love. Like if I wash your car for you because I like you so much or I love you so much, that's a labor of love. This particular labor of love is about giving birth, that kind of labor. It's about Mary and Jesus and that whole Christmas story. It's about the labor and the birth of Jesus. So it's a Christmas song. Okay, so we'll talk about that song and the guitar playing in just a minute. Got some jokes for you first though. I got some more nature jokes. Here we go. I stayed up all night wondering where the sun had gone. Then it dawned on me. Dawned. Next joke. How do you find your dog if it's lost in the woods? Put your ear up to a tree and listen for the bark. Because the side of a tree is called bark. Final joke. What do you use to cut the ocean in half? How do you cut the ocean in half? You use a seesaw. Seesaw. All right. Let's talk about Krista and a little bit about Tiger Lily. Here's what Krista looks like. She's a very pretty young lady. She's 22 years old. You might notice that she plays Taylor guitars, my favorite brand. That's a Taylor 314CE, if you happen to care about that. She is in the band called Tiger Lily. Oh, I misspelled it. It's supposed to be Tigirlily. They consider Krista to be kind of like a tiger personality, and the girl on the left is her sister, Kendra. She's more of a Lily personality, more of a calm, not so intense personality perhaps. And they put the word girl in the center of their name because they're girls. They've been a band since about 2013. Here's some things I want you to know about them. First of all, Tiger Lily is from North Dakota, and one of their most popular videos on YouTube is called North Dakota. It's a song about North Dakota. Their most popular video is a cover of the religious song called Amazing Grace. It kind of got popular first on a platform called GodTube. It's like a religious version of YouTube, but they also have over 1 million views on YouTube of their Amazing Grace cover. She was named Best Guitar Player at the North Dakota Music Awards in 2015. That's a pretty big deal. That was voted on by fans. Again, she's from North Dakota. She's about your age. She's a little older than you, obviously. She's 22 now. She's graduated from college, and she's sort of famous. The band is getting famous. They live in Nashville now, and they make their living as musicians. They're not super famous musicians, but they do well enough that they don't have to have other jobs. They're just a band, and that's awesome. She taught herself to play guitar at first. She had some teaching later, but first she taught herself. That's pretty cool. And Tiger Lily is now kind of into TikTok. You can look them up on TikTok, and they've got a lot of music videos, but also some kind of fun dancing, and I don't know. I'm not a TikToker, but I know they're into TikTok. So there are several things we can learn from Krista about her playing. She does a lot of hammer-ons, which we've discussed before. She is a hybrid picker, meaning that she holds a guitar pick in between her thumb and her first finger, and then sometimes uses her other fingers to finger pick. You'll see that in the video. During part of this video, she will be doing something called 4 on the floor, which we've discussed in class before, where you go loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft, but all down strums. She's really good at keeping her left elbow movable. That's a good thing. And I'm going to show you how she plays her F chord and G chord because they're different from what we normally do. So there's a picture of her with her North Dakota Music Awards Best Guitar Player Award. And I mentioned that she taught herself to play guitar. After a while, she started taking some lessons, and guess what? I was her teacher. That's a picture of me and Krista just before one of our lessons that we had a while back. She's from Central North Dakota, and her high school band teacher, she played drums in band. Her high school band teacher is a really, really good friend of mine, so I got to know her through him, and her family asked me to teach her guitar lessons. There I am at their house. We were doing lessons at her house. Notice we have similar guitars. We both are playing Taylors. She's a really good student. She worked really hard. I asked her once to send me a picture of her fingertips because I wanted to see if her calluses were in the right place, if they're on the tips of her fingers, and they are. When you play guitar, you should be using the tips of your fingers, and even a professional guitar player like Krista does it that way. Here are your questions for this week. I would like to know, of course, why you like or dislike this performance. And hey, you don't have to like this just because I am a good friend of these two ladies and was Krista's teacher. It's okay if you don't care for this song or whatever. You just got to tell me why. Be specific. Number two, I'm wondering what you will be doing during our break. You're going to be gone for a couple weeks here. It doesn't even have to be good stuff. You can tell me bad stuff that might be happening during your break. I just kind of want to be able to support you and feel good about what you're doing that's good and maybe help you out with what's not so good. And of course, I just like to know how you're feeling, how you're dealing with life these days. You don't have to tell me a lot on number three, but I like to hear what you're willing to tell me.
Let's look a little bit at some of the things Krista does as a player. First of all, Krista plays her F differently than we do. This is the way I've taught you, like this. Most people just use finger 1 for both strings 1 and 2. I like to do what's called an F bar chord, where I take finger 1 and put it on all the strings. This is a little bit more advanced. So I tried teaching Krista to do that when she was kind of a beginner guitar player, and that just wasn't working for her fingers. So she does this. A lot of other professionals do this too. She goes 1, 2, 4, 3, and then takes her thumb and puts it up here. I can kind of do it, but it's really awkward for me. She's got it down. It works for her. And a neat thing about that F is that you can move it. If you move it 2 frets to the right, it's actually a G chord. It's a different version of G, so that's kind of cool. So she plays that quite a bit. She also plays her G differently than we do. I have taught you to do it like this, but she changes her fingers. It's the same strings and same frets, but she uses these fingers like this. Sometimes I think she might, yeah, okay, she does it like this. And she does that for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is so that it's easy to switch to C, but another reason is because she can do this cool little thing. She does these hammer-ons. She'll slam her finger onto a string, or maybe just add an extra note that she can do with finger 1 that she wouldn't be able to do if she played it like this. So that's pretty cool too. So let's talk some more about the hammer-ons. So Krista likes to do like this. So here's her C chord, and she'll take her pinky and just play that string 4 of the C chord, and then hammer finger 4 down. That sort of thing, except she's doing it with a finger picking kind of a thing. I told you in the last part of the video that she does hybrid picking. So she uses her pick to strum sometimes, but she also uses it just for the low strings when she's finger picking, like this. That sort of thing. So she's finger picking and pick picking. It's called hybrid picking. And she likes to do those hammer-ons. I think on the G chord, or maybe it's this. I think she does something like that. Anyway, you'll notice that she sometimes has a chord grabbed and then she adds a finger, she slams down onto the string. That's called a hammer-on. And it really makes the playing more interesting. She's better at it than I am. We worked on it several times when she was kind of a beginner, and she got much better at her hammer-ons than I did. So that's another really cool thing too. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, she does that 4 on the floor style of strumming when she does her strumming in this song. That sort of thing. But most of the time she's doing that hybrid picking, using some of these chords and some of those hammer-ons, and she's just a really good player. She's probably my favorite acoustic guitar player. I just love her sound, and I think she's great. So, I hope you enjoy this performance of Labor of Love, especially since it's a Christmassy kind of song. If you're into Christmas, this might kind of put you in the mood. All right, watch that next video, please.